Emails obtained through a public records request show that the largest teachers' unions in California spied on parents. The parents targeted were those trying to reopen schools during the COVID-19 pandemic. NTD's Daniel Hall spoke with the founder of Reopen California Schools.
The California Teachers Association, or CTA, targeted a grassroots parent group that worked to get schools reopened during pandemic lockdowns. That's according to Jonathan Zackerson, founder of Reopen California Schools. The revelation came through a public records request.
The public records request came from parents down in San Diego at this particular school district, unrelated to this incident that they came across. In gathering documents for this, they noticed that their particular organization, Parent Association, was targeted by the California Teachers Association.
Back in March 2021, Parent Association successfully sued the state of California to reopen schools. Emails revealed that a CTA research assistant, Ann Swinburne, was investigating the parent group and its financing.
The California Teachers Association researcher sent an email to some connected people who are connected to the local union there, asking for essentially dirt and some political affiliations and leanings of these parents that successfully sued to get schools to reopen.
Last week, after Reopen California Schools went public with this information, Swinburne deleted her Twitter account.
Before she deleted it, or even through some archives, we see comments of her making essentially to that point over and over again, that she's trying to find out these groups. This is targeted. This is right-wing. This is right-wing dark money groups that are funding this, and we just got to find out the pattern and find out who's funding them, and then we can ultimately discredit them.
According to Zackerson, CTA is very involved politically. The association has over 300,000 members and is one of the most powerful teacher unions in the state. He described CTA's tactics as a, quote, smear campaign.
A year and a half ago, when we were trying to get schools open, we were called racist, we were called white supremacists, we were called all sorts of names to try to discredit the fact that we just wanted our kids in schools.
NTD reached out to CTA for comment. Daniel Hall, NTD News, California.
The state's largest school district is embracing the LGBTQ agenda. That comes as the district faces falling academic performance numbers.
The Los Angeles Unified School District is embracing the LGBTQ agenda by offering teachers a calendar with year-round, quote, queer and trans-affirming activities and lesson plans. The calendar lists monthly activities instructors can use to show LAUSD's, quote, pride. The document gained media attention after being reported on by Parents Defending Education. According to their website, Parents Defending Education is a national nonprofit aimed at working to reclaim our schools from activists imposing harmful agendas. The calendar suggests teachers kick off the year by creating a Gender Sexualities Alliance. Brenda Lebsack, a teacher of 30 years, told the Epoch Times that the student-led approach to defining and affirming gender and sexuality is, quote, like giving schools a blank check to affirm any identity based on a child's whim. Furthermore, these steps come as LAUSD faces faltering academic performance. For the 2021-22 school year, only 41% of students in the district met or exceeded state standards in English. For math, that number was 28%.
Reports of shots being fired on a campus in Los Angeles led to a school lockdown today and a massive suspect search as well. But officials say this time it was a false alarm. NTD's Bill Thomas tells us more.
At 9:45 this morning, LAPD officers say they responded to reports of an assault with a deadly weapon call at the Hollywood High School campus in Los Angeles. Officers say that following a preliminary investigation, they determined that no one had been injured. In a statement issued on Twitter, Los Angeles Unified School District Superintendent Alberto Carvalho said, recent reports of a critical incident at Hollywood High School are unfounded, and after swift law enforcement response and internal individual classroom verification, we are deeming the incident as a hoax. In a separate statement on Twitter, the LAUSD said, all students and staff are safe and school will resume as normal. Non-credible school hoaxes are a serious offense that Los Angeles Unified takes seriously. The tweet went on to say that if people see suspicious behavior or something not right on a school campus, make the 911 call immediately. Bill Thomas, NTD News, Los Angeles.
As the state begins its push for electric vehicle-only sales, the cleanliness of its industry is coming into question. While compared to gas-powered cars, they are quieter and don't use fossil fuels, but on the other hand, they are powered by batteries, which have an environmentally unfriendly production process.
California Governor Gavin Newsom and President Joe Biden have pushed for more electric vehicles with the goal of reaching zero-emission standards. On the other hand, electric vehicles use lithium-ion batteries, which consist of lithium, cobalt, graphite, and other materials instead of gas. According to a statement from Biden, banning gas-powered vehicles will save consumers money, cut pollution, boost public health, advance environmental justice, and tackle the climate crisis. But with all the benefits of electric power, there are costs associated with its production, damaging various communities throughout the world. Director of the Great Basin Resource Watch, John Hatter, said that industrial nations might benefit from the EV transition, but it's at the expense of others. He said this expansion of lithium mining will have immediate consequences for frontline communities that are taking the hit. One example is in Copiapó, the capital of Chile's Atacama region. It sits on one of the world's largest known lithium reserves. The president of the indigenous Coya community of the Copiapó commune said that all of Chile's water is disappearing because of the local lithium mine. According to the UN Conference on Trade and Development, lithium and other mining activities consumed 65% of the region's water, heavily impacting local farmers. That's displacing communities who have called Atacama home for over 6,000 years. Now, local farmers and ranchers have cracked dry soil and have no choice but to abandon their ancestral settlements. On the West Coast, some communities are trying to prevent their land from being used by a mining company. Hatter said agricultural communities near Nevada's Thacker Pass are likely to be changed forever. Starting lithium mines would also lead to man camps and large labor forces near the reservations. Batteries need other materials as well, like cobalt, that is found in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where an estimated 40,000 children work in mines, some as young as 6. The USGS reported that in 2021, over 70% of cobalt production came from DRC. NTD reached out to Governor Newsom's office for comment.
A California-born NFL superstar recently spoke out against the governor over his extreme COVID-19 measures. He also blamed the state legislators for ruining and permanently closing thousands of small businesses.
The Super Bowl champion and 4-time MVP Aaron Rodgers recently spoke on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast and criticized California Governor Gavin Newsom for his extreme COVID-19 lockdowns. Rodgers, a native to Chico and UC Berkeley graduate, said that he believes California is on a disastrous path. He cited the state's legislators and governor implementing extreme COVID-19 measures that led to multiple businesses having to shut down. According to data analyzed by the New York Times, by September 2020, approximately 40,000 small businesses had closed in the state. By May 2021, a state legislative committee concluded that 1/3 of restaurants had permanently closed and over 2/3 of workers had lost their jobs after the first statewide lockdown. Rodgers said that he is not affiliated with either party and considers himself a rational thinker. Off the field, he gained both praise and criticism for speaking out against the vaccine mandates and what he described as extreme COVID policies.
While California produces a large amount of crops in normal situations, low water supplies will lead to lower yields this year. That's the case for rice crops, which may see less than half their regular output.
California has been a perfect place to grow rice due to plenty of water and suitable weather conditions. But this year, water is missing from that equation. Provisional U.S. Department of Agriculture data says about 300,000 of the 550,000 acres of rice paddies aren't expected to report any yields. That's as California faces at best severe drought conditions throughout the state. Under normal circumstances, rice paddies need to be submerged in about 5 inches of water to grow properly. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, only Butte and Yuba counties will have rice yields because they draw their water from a different source. California is the second largest rice producer in the nation, behind Arkansas.
This past weekend, the U.S. Sumo Open was held in Long Beach. NTD's Jackie Rios went to hear from some of this year's winners.
The 22nd U.S. Sumo Open took place this past Saturday at the Walter Pyramid at Cal State Long Beach. The international super competitors came from countries such as Japan, Mongolia, Egypt, Poland, and more to compete. Due to pandemic lockdowns, the U.S. Sumo Open was held at smaller venues in recent years. This year, it has returned to its favorite stadium and with its favorite head judge, Japanese pro sumo champion Yama. One of the winners for the men's middleweight division loves coming to this competition as he gets to compete with international competitors.
I wasn't really stressed or thinking about the competition or anything. I was just enjoying myself. So I did pretty good, I think. I won the gold medal.
In the women's division, there was a Polish competitor who won 2 gold medals. It was her first time competing in this competition.
Yeah, I love that. I love that people, this atmosphere, it's awesome. In Poland, there is nothing similar to this. There is a lot of emotions, scream, doping, everything. I never seen something like that, really.
And in the men's division, there was another big winner, an international competitor from Mongolia who won 2 gold medals for men's heavyweight and open weight division. The Mongolian competitor Mendy easily secured a victory, going undefeated in 14 matches. According to Andrew Freud, the director of the U.S. Sumo Open, no one has won so many matches undefeated in a single tournament. Sumo as a sport is very easy to watch and follow as the rules are very simple. To win, a competitor either knocks the opponent down to the ground or out of the circle. A competitor is allowed to slap and pull the belt of their opponent, but is not allowed to punch, kick, pull hair. There are over 80 techniques that either involve pushing or throwing. The U.S. Sumo Open included for both women's and men's the following divisions: lightweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. The U.S. Sumo tournament displayed some upsets and surprises, along with the strength, speed, and skills of the competitors who came to win. Jackie Rios, NTD News, Los Angeles.